Back live in New York, I'm Brent Musburger, and when the day began, I wondered why the Cincinnati Bengals could be favored over the Atlanta Falcons when the Falcons were driving for a playoff spot. And now we all know the Bengals are a better football team than the Falcons, at least in Cincinnati on this Sunday. 23-7 Cincinnati. Green Bay and Tampa Bay inside of 2 minutes. The Packers keep their playoff hopes very much alive because the Vikes may lose. Now, check the next score. Los Angeles 17, Giants 10 in the fourth. Jane, a lot of talk about fans burning tickets, the disgruntled Giant fans. What do you have on that today?
Well, Brent, there were only 100 tickets actually burned outside the stadium, but I guess some of the other fans decided to show their disappointment with the Giants in another way. We had 13,996 no-shows at the stadium. 62,000 people did show up out of 76,000 tickets that were sold.
All right, Jane, and the other team in New York is beginning to show some life, too, because they lead Baltimore right now, 24-16 in the fourth. And what happened to the Washington Redskins? Being shut out by Miami, 16-0. Detroit and St. Louis, 7-0 at the half. The Cardinals are up by a touchdown. And in the key game from a playoff standpoint, it is now the Eagles 27, Minnesota 14 at the half. And San Francisco and New Orleans, 17-10, the Saints ahead. They're midway through the third quarter already in that game. Buffalo and Kansas City are tied at 7 in the third. All right, let's go live right now to Giant Stadium. We will show you a third down for the LA Rams. 17-10, the Rams have just recovered a fumble. Now they are driving again inside the 20. This is live. Hayden's without McCutcheon. He's without Cappelletti. Good blocking. And Jesse is the receiver on that side. Very close to a first down. They will get a first down. Now wait, they say he didn't control the ball, and Jesse's upset. Throw the flag, Irv Cross. March off unsportsmanlike conduct against Jesse.
You can understand why he might be upset. That looked like a clean catch. Unless there was a penalty somewhere else along the line, there might be some. We'll see right now what the referee decides. He certainly caught the ball.
Well, you get a good angle of it right here, Irv.
Because to go out of the picture, what we can see, he has the ball, he's under control. Now, the question is, did he have it when he hit the ground? Maybe he was juggling the ball.
Well, he could have lost it from that side. We weren't looking. So here's Corral to attempt a field goal. 17-10. This would put the Rams in command by 10. And they've got it. So they've got about 4 minutes to play now in the Meadowlands. And we can show you some action from earlier in the game. The Rams found themselves in a struggle after they were moving quickly in the first half. The Giants were able to mount a rally and climb right back into the game. Right here, Pisarcic's pass is deflected. Youngblood's got it for L.A., and he battles his way down to the 2-yard line of the Giants, setting up a touchdown run by Cullen Bryant. Youngblood enjoying a tremendous season for a linebacker this year. Here's Bryant, swing right. Charlie Young on a block on that side. It was 10-0 Rams. But then Pisarcik hit Shirk for the touchdown, 10-7. It is now 20-10, 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go. And here is Dean. Sideline picked off by Thomas. He dashed in for the Rams. And that really was the critical touchdown there, Irv.
Brett, I'm watching this Atlanta Falcons-Cincinnati Bengal game, folks, and the score late in the fourth quarter is Cincinnati 30, Atlanta 7. Pete Johnson just rambled 53 yards for a touchdown, and this is second quarter action right here. Steve Bartkowski, number 10 for the Falcons, puts his club in position to score as he hits Wallace Francis. A few plays later, Ricky Patton does the rest from the 5-yard line, goes in, and they take a 7-3 lead. Kenny Anderson gets his club rolling as he hits number 82, Billy Brooks, and Brooks crosses the middle here, and as he does, finally plows his way upfield down to the 5-yard line, and Pete Johnson, the big fullback, does the rest a couple of plays later, and Cincinnati takes a 10-7 lead. Now, Bartkowski tried to get his club back by throwing the ball, but he had some trouble. His first pass, number 32, Scott Perry, picks off, and he goes all the other way, and Cincinnati scores again. The score at this point, 16-7. The third quarter, Bartkowski gets the ball again, tries to go through the air. He does, but picked off by Dick Duran this time. He goes the other way. Cincinnati 23-7, and just a few minutes ago, Pete Johnson rambled 53 yards for another score, and it's Cincinnati 30, Atlanta 7.
Irv, at least for the time being, the Green Bay Packers are going to be in first in the NFC Central. I say for the time being because the Vikings are still out. The Packers are inside of a minute right now. They lead the Buccaneers by a score of 17-7, so they would have one more victory. You're watching Turdell Middleton barge to the 10-yard line. Whitehurst then threw the touchdown pass to rookie James Lofton from Stanford. It was 7-0. George Ragsdale got the Bucs on the board with this touchdown run. It was 10-7. Now a half minute left in this game. Here is Whitehurst backing up and again looking for Lofton. Interference in the end zone. First down on the 1. And again it is 17-7 in the 4th. And of course the Eagles are in command against the Vikes, sir.
It's good news for Philadelphia Eagle fans. 27-14 at halftime. And of course, in a day when you have a lot of snow and ice and the weather's cold, you think that both clubs will keep the ball on the ground. Not so. You've watched it and you've seen it, so you can believe it. Fran Tarkenton early in the ball game gets his club going through the air. Goes to Sammy White for a touchdown, a 63-yard drive. But Ron Jaworski has his own version of how to score quickly. He goes to Harold Carmichael, a score for the Eagles, and the score is tied 7-7. Carmichael's now caught passes, at least one pass in 94 consecutive games. Tarkenton comes back through the air. Sammy Wright, touchdown, 14-7 Minnesota. But this time, Jaworski goes to his big target, Harold Carmichael, another touchdown, 14-14. Keeping the ball on the ground, the Eagles flip out to Wilbert Montgomery. He goes off his right tackle, a 36-yard touchdown, and the Eagles take a 21-14 lead. Jaworski gets his club going late in the second quarter with a pass, a quick post here to Charlie Homeboy Smith. He goes in, touchdown, the score, 27-14 at halftime, Philadelphia.
And I think Don Criqui was right. It was the longest half of the year. And the NFL Today will continue on CBS right after these messages from your local station.